So this video is actually a callback to a series I had started about a year ago. It did pretty well considering my channel was a lot smaller a year ago, but it was really fun to do. I actually enjoyed it quite a bit, did it a couple times. It was worst places to live in fiction, and I've decided, since we're pursuing 10K heavily right now, let's go ahead and revisit that series and pop out a new what are some of the worst places to live in fiction. So before we get started, if you have not subscribed yet, please considering hitting the subscribe button down below. If you want to support the channel, one of the best ways you can do it is simply go ahead and share my content to people that like this kind of content, including hit up Reddit. Apparently Reddit's a gold mine for getting more views and growing your channel, so take my content to relevant Reddit places. But anyways, let's begin. I'm excited for this. We're going to go through 10 places that are horrible if you were to live there in fiction. So let's begin. Number 1, MonsterVerse. Yes, the MonsterVerse I am referring to. Of course, the movie's coming out soon, Kong vs. Godzilla. It looks a bit ridiculous. I mean, the fact that they're going to have that monkey fighting is just ridiculous. Plot armor aside, arguing good writing, this place is horrible to live. If you have seen any of the videos predating the new upcoming one, or movies, you will know that Boston in particular took a fat L when it came to the MonsterVerse. Got essentially wiped out when Godzilla and Ghidorah had their big beef. So yeah, MonsterVerse, just because the damage done is insane. There's nuclear power involved, massive, unrealistically massive hurricanes involved. It's just a mess. Then we have gorillas coming over that grow hundreds of feet in just years, and they're here to scrap lizards. It's a horrible place to live. MonsterVerse deserved to start off the list at number 1. Now, number 2, Mortal Kombat. Now, the reason I put Mortal Kombat here is pretty simple. Most of their problems come from extra dimensional or parallel dimensions showing up, wanting to do a tournament that happens to put entire planets in jeopardy just for fun, just for shits and giggles, and to throw down competitively. They do this all the time. It happens multiple times. They constantly introduce stronger and stronger characters that threaten more and more lives. Constantly chaotic. There's always going to be another tournament coming. It's the Battle of the Realms is terrible. It's a horrible place to live. I wouldn't want to be there. Mortal Kombat comes in number 2. Number 3 is one I personally think deserves more recognition for being dangerous, basically, is South Park. South Park, while it is a very funny show, one of the funniest shows you'll ever watch, the stuff they have to deal with is ridiculous. Cartman before has summoned Cthulhu. Kenny dies every episode. They're starting wars. They have aliens coming. The devil shows up. Man, bear, pig. They constantly deal with threats that would casually wipe us out in a blink. But it's for gags, of course. But the gag nature is what makes it so dangerous. And for that reason, South Park comes in at number 3. Number 4, an actual kind of trash movie, The Happening. But if you've even seen a little bit of it, the concept's horrifying. So The Happening essentially is something is going through the air, allegedly, that I don't want to spoil too much of the movie if you haven't seen it, but it's going through the air, causing people to kill themselves. It's unknown. It's really no way was seen at first to stop it. The way it hits, the speed it hits society is ridiculous, and it would overtake most of us before you even know what's happening. And so for its widespread nature, The Happening comes in at number 4. Number 5, it's got a second movie coming out soon, Quiet Place. Quiet Place would be horrible for me because I like to talk a lot. Essentially, aliens came down to Earth, and anything that makes a sound, they target and fold like an omelet. So, obviously, making any kind of sound immediately puts you in clear danger. For some reason, the government in this world wasn't able to figure out that the noise that Homeboy found is able, I think it was white noise, was able to hurt the aliens. Like, I don't get how the military didn't figure that out. But anyways, if you don't know how to do that, you really don't have a counter, and you're basically waiting until you mess up and make a sound, and then you get folded. So for that, Quiet Place comes in at number 5. Number 6, Star Wars. As much as I love this series, as much as I make content on it, talk about it a lot, Star Wars would be horrible to live. You have two religious zealots constantly are beefing, essentially, throughout, no matter what generation you're in. You got Jedi and Sith, basically, constantly going at it. One believing good is and light is the best way, and then dark is the best way. These cults are constantly battling. You have alien smugglers, traffickers, slave trades occurring on planets like Tatooine, star systems getting blown up if Kylo Ren's having a bad Tuesday. All these things make Star Wars dreadful to live in. If you're not about it, if you're not some kind of Force user or anyone of relevance, your chances of living or doing really well are slim to none in this place. And for that reason, Star Wars makes it at number 6. Number 7, sleeper, but if you really think about it, it does suck. Warworld. At first, I considered putting, World War Hulk when he got transported away. I considered putting that in there, but to me, Mongols is way worse. He's done it for so much longer, constantly traveling and trying to overtake other societies, constantly getting pulled up on because of his nature, obviously invites conflict. If you live there, you constantly have to fight, constantly in combat. It's dangerous, chaos, constant war, and there's nothing you can do because the leader can fold you. He folded Superman before. He will definitely fold you. For that reason, Warworld will come in at number 7. Number 8, this should be obvious to you, GTA Online. So if you've ever played GTA Online, within, taking 100 steps, somebody's already shooting at you. On top of this, if you return fire, the cops are going to chase you, even if it's self-defense. It's constant chaos. People have cheat codes. People have hella weaponry. They can come back and just kill you again or get revenge on you immediately, even if you do stop them. There's so many variables involved. It's a horrible place to live for that reason. Number 8, GTA Online, no brainer, makes the list. Number 9, personally, I had to deal with this. It was horrible. Conan Exiles. If you haven't played it, it's based on the Conan the Barbarian series and lore. Some of it actually references, fun fact, Lovecraft horror and Cthulhu mythos, including old gods and such. But anyways, immediately when you start out in the game, you're like half dead, starving, and you're thirsty. You have no weapons. You have to crawl around basically naked in the middle of this dreadful post-apocalyptic looking place. There's skeleton goats that will beat the shit out of you for no reason just because they feel like it. It's horrible. I didn't even really get started much in the game because I kept getting folded by everything. It's almost impossible to survive there, even briefly, unless you're a top tier fighter and builder and creator and all these things. And for that reason, number 9, Conan Exiles, definitely deserves to be there. It's a terribly hard game. It would be fun if I was good at it, but I'm not. Anyways, last one, of course, WandaVision. I don't want to spoil this, but obviously Disney just dropped it. If you want to check it out, go ahead. But as you know, Scarlet Witch is crazy. She's reality warped everything, and you have to deal with that idea of a world taking place. And anytime you deal with reality warping, it's horrifying because you don't know what's coming. And yeah, check out WandaVision if you want to see how bad it really is. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments section which place in fiction you think would be horrible to live in. Before you comment, make sure you check out the other versions of these as well so you don't comment something I've already said. But yeah, anyways, it's YFE, your favorite villain. Thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.